Tuition Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Hello and welcome to this class. For this class we're discussing simultaneous equations, and we'll be discussing what problems involving simultaneous equations. What problems involving simultaneous equation. And quadratic. Okay, we're discussing what problems. Alright, we have studied simultaneous equations and quadratic equations in our previous classes, and so we will go into given equations that could be transposed to equations. Alright, for our example one for today, we have that the sides of a rectangle, the sides of the rectangle in the figure below, okay, are given in centimeters. Okay, and you're told to find the values of x and y, values of x and y, and the actual length and breadth of the rectangle. Okay, all right, and so the triangle we are given is 4x minus y. Okay, has this side, and then this side it has 3x plus 1, and then x plus 6y, and then 4x plus 3. Okay, the solution is as follows. Solution, we should note that opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Opposite sides of a rectangle, okay, are equal. All right, fine. And so therefore we have the 4x minus y will be equal to 3x plus 1, because the opposite side, I mean this side, will be equal to this other side, and then this side will be equal to this other side too. And so we have that 4x plus 3 will be equal to x plus 6y. Alright, and so if we can call this the equation 1, and then this our equation 2, we carry out some little simplification. 3x crosses the equality sign and joins 4, and then y crosses the equality sign and joins 1. Okay, and so we can have that 4x plus, as 3 crosses, it changes to minus 4x minus 3x to be equal to we have 1 on the other side. Okay, minus y is equal to 1. Okay, 4x minus 3x gives us x minus y is equal to 1, and this turns to a new equation 1. And for equation 2, we have 6 crossing over an equality sign, and it changes to minus 6, and so we have 4x minus 6y, alright, and minus x plus 3, 4x minus 6y minus x plus 3, and nothing is left on the other side, and so we can have a 4x minus x gives 3x minus 6y, and then we'll cross 3 to the other side of the equation, and so we have to be equal to minus 3. Alright, and these forms are equation 2. So we can bring the two equations together, and we have x minus y to be equal to 1, and 3x minus 6y to be equal to minus 3. Alright, and since we've done both methods of solving quadratic equations, I will apply both. Okay, all I will do is I will use elimination method first, and then when I have one value, I can use substitution method to get the rest quickly. And so just like we did, the coefficient of each is multiplied, the coefficient of the second equation is multiplied on 1, and the coefficient of the first equation is multiplied on 2. The coefficient of x here is 1, that's why we multiply by 1, and the coefficient of x here is 3, that's why we multiply by 3. And so we have the new number 1 equation to be 3x minus 3 times y, 3y is equal to 3 times 3 is 3. Fine. And then 1 times this keeps it the same, nothing has changed, minus 3. And so to eliminate 3x here, we have to introduce a minus sign, and then we'll have 3x minus 3x to give 0, and then we'll have minus 3y minus minus. Okay, this is what happens here, minus 3y minus minus 6y, and so this minus minus changes this to minus 3y plus 6y. Alright, and so if you are owing 3 naira and you have 6 naira, you will have a balance of 3 naira. Okay, and so for this you have 3 minus minus 3. Okay, 3 minus minus 3. Okay, this changes to plus 3 plus 3, okay, which is equal to 6, and so we have 6 here. So therefore we have that 3y is equal to 6, and so y itself will be equal to 6 over 3, so that y is equal to 2. And so since we have y is equal to 2, we can go back to equation 1 and substitute y. Equation 1 states that x minus y is equal to 1. We go back to x minus y equal to 1 and substitute y to be equal to 2. So therefore x minus 2 is equal to 1, so that x, making the subject of formula, will be equal to 1 plus 2, because it's crossing an equality sign, and this is equal to 3. So therefore in this equation y is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. Alright, so we go back to our diagram, the rectangle we had, to find the sides. Okay, we have 3x plus 1, and then we have 4x minus 1, and then we'll have 4x plus 3, and then here we have x plus 6y. And so on this part we have this part becomes 4 times 3 minus 2. Okay, and so this part of the triangle becomes 4 times 3 is 12, here becomes 10, and what of here becomes 3 times x, 3 times 3 plus 1. Okay, here becomes 10 too, and then here becomes x, which is 3 plus 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 you have 15, and then this side becomes 4 times 3 plus 3. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Okay, so the sides of the rectangle are 10, the length is equal to 10, equal to 15, while the breadth is equal to 10. Alright, we take the second example and then we end the class. Second example on word problems. Example 2 on word problems. Alright, the sum of two numbers is 19, their difference is 5. Find the numbers. It says the sum of two numbers is 19 and the difference is 5. The difference is 5. Find the two numbers. Find the two numbers. Alright, so solution, we'll first of all assume the numbers to be two variables, assuming, or we can say let numbers be a and b. Okay, And so all we are saying here is that a plus b is equal to 19, and then a minus b is equal to 5. Alright, I think this is simple because we don't need to do any substitution. All we need to do is to subtract the two equations, and these are my equation 1 and equation 2. Alright, a minus a is 0, and then b minus b will give you plus 2b. Alright, and then we have 19 minus 5 to give 14, so therefore b is equal to 14 over 2. Alright, and the b is equal to 7. Okay, so let's find a. Since b is equal to 7, you substitute b equal to 7 in any of the two equations, and so we have a plus b equal to 19, and then we have that b is equal to 7, so we have that a plus 7 is equal to 19, and so a will be equal to 19 minus 7, and so we have a to be equal to 12. So therefore a is equal to 12, and then b is equal to 7. Alright, and finally that's the answer, because when you add 12 and 7 you have 19, and when you subtract 7 from 12 you have 5. Alright, thank you for being a part of the class. Goodbye.